Well, howdy, everybody. Theresa here. Just me and the critters at the moment because Bradley is running to the pharmacy, and I'll explain all of that in a minute. I did have a kidney doctor's appointment today, and I'll tell you about that. But I have missed all of you very much. I haven't forgot about you guys or anything. As you guys know, my daughter was in town and her fiance and the 5 kids, and 3 of them I was meeting for the first time. 3 new wonderful grandchildren. It's so much fun with them. So much fun with Autumn and Anne and Connor and Alex and Veronica. So much fun with them all. And of course, my daughter and my son-in-law to be. Wonderful guy. Of course, we've known him since he was a teenager and stuff. They're so in love, and it's so beautiful. I'm trying to recap. I don't even know when my daughter came in town, guys. It's been such a whirlwind. Was it Wednesday or Thursday? I can't remember. Wait, I got here, I think, Friday, and I knew it was Saturday and Sunday. Oh, wait, I think they got here Thursday, and it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They ended up staying all day yesterday, too, and they left bright and early this morning. Missed them already. The house was already way too quiet. Was interesting fitting 9 people all of a sudden in this very small, probably right under 800 square foot trailer, but we did it. I even fit me and the 3 girls in the art studio. That was interesting, but it was a lot of fun. There was a lot of giggling going on. We had music turned on. We had Lady Gaga going on, and we were gaga on the art, okay? And it doesn't get any better than that. My thing is, you don't have to be good or think you're good, as long as you're doing like some therapy and stuff. That's all that matters. So it was me and my 3 granddaughters. Awesome time. And then the 3 girls started diamond paintings. That was a lot of fun. They were all sitting on the couch. If you're friends with me on Facebook, you've seen pictures. All 3 of them were sitting on the couch doing the diamond painting. The boys weren't doing them. My daughter did pick out one, but she never got to start one. And then my son-in-law to-be decided he'd like to do one, so we picked one out for him. Or they picked one out this morning. So they'll have a lot of fun with that. We went to the beach one day, Sunday. We spent 5 hours at the beach. There are some burned backs and shoulders, even though they had like 100 SPF sunscreen on. But they'd be some very, very fair skin. My son-in-law is a ginger, and so yeah, my poor granddaughter Veronica, or if you guys know her by Emmeline, and I still call her Emma. Probably always will, because it's always been our little Emma. Emma Pie, and she goes by Veronica now, so Ronnie Pie. I'm not allowed to put pie on the end of anybody else's name, because that's her solely should inform me. But she got burnt the very worst. Yeah, poor little girl. And then she got stung by some jellyfish, which happened. But she got that pretty good, and so we were taking care of that. Her mom had some aloe after sun stuff that had the lidocaine in it, which really helped so much. My daughter's just such a phenomenal woman. You look at your children and they're grown, and maybe, you miss a span of years, and then you realize, and you're watching them, and you realize what a phenomenal people they have become, and you're just kind of like almost blown away. So, but yeah, we had so much fun at the beach. Brad had a harder time getting in the water because you know how the sand shifts as you're walking. Well, he has no sensation in his feet, so his balance is off anyway. That really kind of freaked him out, and I could tell. I just turned around and looked, And I saw that look on his face, and I stopped, and I turned around, and got him calmed down and stuff, and we just hung out there kind of at the edge and stuff, and just sat, and we were looking for seashells with the kids, and we had a great time. And so, you can make the best of anything. And then my son-in-law helped him out of the water because he needed help out of the water. I almost thought I was going to need help out of the water. It's not easy getting out. The sand is shifting and the waves were pretty, they weren't huge or anything, but they were pretty strong coming in. So, you kind of get hit by a wave and stuff. But I had one of the grandkids grab my cane. And so, yeah, we made it. We made it. It was fun. And then we ordered pizza that night. Because nobody felt like cooking after that. We kind of took turns getting stuff for dinners and stuff because everybody's kind of broke. Well, we're very broke. In fact, we're scrounging. I had a couple of prescriptions. Well, I had my kidney doctor called in 3 prescriptions today, and 2 of them were not picking up for a week because we just got to wait. It'll be okay, but we just got to wait. And I know it sounds funny because it's only like $10 or something, but sometimes you just have to wait. So that's just the way it is. They're just like for the Lasix and stuff because my feet and stuff are swelling, which is part of all of the kidney disease and stuff. So, what else did we do? We went to Otter Lake and showed them Otter Lake. By that time, we had a couple really sleepy grandkids, the boys, in the back of our Jeep. And so we just stayed in the Jeep. We were both so tired. They went walking around. Nobody saw any alligators there. They probably were hiding because it was the heat of the day, So, what else? I don't know. There was a lot of laughter. We did play Bean Boozle one night. Brad and I had gotten a couple of the kits. The Bean Boozle kits. And that was a lot of fun. I didn't videotape any of this because all of those kids, except for except for Veronica and Alex, they all have moms. Those 3 kids have 2 different moms, and I didn't have their permission. So I'm not going to videotape my new grandchildren that I don't have permission from their mothers on whether or not to put them on social media like this. So I didn't videotape it. In the future, if I have permission, I will. But I wanted to be respectful. I didn't want to make the mommies mad, because it's probably hard enough on them. I mean, with the kids being gone and stuff. All the kids just called me Nana. Some of them had Nanas already in their family, so they just called me Nana T. But they were all loving, and I just loved them to death. Nobody was judgmental of anything. Everybody just hung loose and stuff. It was fabulous. My daughter had to help a couple times, help me like get up and stuff, and with her dad too. She's very protective. Her and her dad have always been super close. They got to ride up to they got here Thursday because Friday morning they had to go up to Georgia because she had a job interview, so Brad offered to ride with her so they could have, alone time, which is very precious. And, so they rode up there and then rode back. It was like a 4-hour trip up and a 4-hour trip back, so they got to have some time alone, and that was very nice for both of them. And I think it meant a lot. And I could hear them giggling in the kitchen and stuff. And he was making cold brew coffee and letting her try something. She's in love with it. So I know what I'll be getting her for Christmases and stuff. Because she's very much in love with the cold brew. And it was a lot of fun. My son-in-law grilled out a couple of times. One time it was chicken. Last night it was pork. I made my macaroni salad, which everybody loves. Then last night I made potato salad, which everybody loved. Well, that was good. My This week, now, okay, now we're going to go over to my health thing. My blood sugars have been phenomenal, y'all. Sometimes they're down below 100. Sometimes, like this morning, it was 105. When we got home from Tallahassee today, it was 93, which means I don't need any Novolog. He put me on Novolog, and I also am taking 80 units twice a day of the Trijeo. I take 1.8 once a day of Victoza. I have to take the Novolog 3 times a day, depending on what the numbers are. If from 20 unit to, if it's below 100, no unit. So that's phenomenal. The lowest mine has been is like 78, which was, kind of low, and I was feeling kind of a little funkalicious. Not real funkalicious, but a little funkalicious. Like, you need to do your insulin. Or, no, I wasn't doing the insulin, but you need to eat a little something because, girlfriend. But I'm feeling much better. Okay, the kidney doctor today, I have stage 3 chronic kidney disease, or it's called polycystic kidney disease. It goes from stages 1 to 5. So I'm right middle range. Once I have a bunch more blood work. My normal doctor yesterday had just prescribed me an arthritis medicine called Mobic. It was only like 15 milligrams or something. He pulled me right off of that. He did not want me on that. He didn't want me on, I can't take a leave, ibuprofen, anything but Tylenol. And I'm in a lot of pain because I have that tendonitis, or whatever you call it, in both shoulders, and then it shoots down the entire arm. I have it in both really bad. A lot of times I can't hardly even raise my arms. But I'm not going to have it looked at until we move. You're like, what? Okay. Let me finish the doctor thing. So, he's still concerned about the calcium. He explained that the hypertension is all linked with the kidney disease, and that's why he said you can't catch a break. The swelling in my legs and my feet, which started right after I got out of the hospital again, is because of this and because the kidneys can't really filter out, so that's what they go to the lowest extremities a lot of times, so I'm going to be on LASIK again. And something else, he pulled me off of something for my high blood pressure and put me on a stronger pill. So, like I said, we'll get the LASIK and stuff picked up next week when Brad's pension comes in. That's just the best we can do. Because, I'll admit we spent, everything we had, basically when the kids were here and stuff. But we have no regrets. No regrets. Those are memories you'll never forget. Ever, ever, ever forget. So, that's about all I have to say about the kidney doctor. I went ahead and made an appointment for him 4 months, even though I'm not going to be here. So, come Saturday night. Now, come start Friday, we start, losing electricity. It's not the breaker inside the trailer. It's the breaker on the main pole outside. So, sunlight goes out and flips it and stuff, and after a little bit, it comes back on. Well, when it happened Saturday, and it kept happening, and you would see, the lights flicker and then come off, flicker and come off. Well, okay, we did have their bus plugged in, but the only thing running on that extension cord was a fan, like a box fan, not even, but a box fan. So we called landlord because electricity went out again. Couldn't get it back on. Mind you, it's like 90-some degrees right now, right? Real feel is like 98. We're in the south, y'all. It's humid here. So, let me pause this. Okay, I think he quit for a minute. Anyway, we're in the south. Of course, the landlord doesn't answer. He never answers. call his representative here in the park, who I thought we were friends with. She can't do anything. Nothing she can do. And she called Brad back a few minutes later, and she tried to call this electrician and that electrician. Of course, nobody is available. It's Saturday night, and then she starts getting real mouthy, and my daughter's not going to put up with this, y'all. She let this broad have it, man, and the park manager's like, who am I talking to? And my daughter says, her daughter, their daughter. Well, you're not only them not talking to you. And my daughter let her know, they have a right for electricity and water and stuff. And she's like, they have, the park manager's like, they have 7 days to fix it. And my daughter's like, no, they don't. Not, when it's vital and stuff. And, it went back and forth, and pretty soon the landlord was like, blah. And she's saying that there's nothing that could be done. She didn't know what she could tell us. We just have to wait till Monday. So my son-in-law just quietly goes out and he calls the electric company, Telquin. So they're coming on out. So they come out and they say, well, he's done what he can do, but it's after the meter, so it's got to be done by an electrician. Now, he said, none of this is in code. It's supposed to be 200 amps or whatever, and it's only 100. And the knob was broken off of the breaker, and the breaker was so hot you could fry an egg on it. Even after 20 minutes, it had not cooled off. So my son-in-law also heard the couple of electrician names that she had said, and he called one of them, and they say, we can come right out. We'll come right out. So we have them come out. It's $150 an hour. The landlord gets to pay. I'm sure they're not happy with us. They came out, and then we had to call Telquin back out because he had shut off the power at the meter for safety reasons. This could have caused a major fire and burned down everything. Not that they care. As long as you give them your rent, you don't ever want any repairs done. And my daughter had it, and she said, Mom and Dad, I want you to start packing your shit. And I'm like, and she's like, in the next month, if everything goes right, we're going to have you guys moved out of there and moved up to Savannah where they're going to be. She wants to get a 2-bedroom for us. And I said a 1-bedroom would be fine because a 1-bedroom actually is a little bit bigger by 100 square feet than this place. And they want to get a 3-bedroom apartment for them and have them as close together as possible, and hopefully a ground floor apartment for us. I'm hoping for one that has an in-unit washer and dryer hookup and maybe a pool, because that would be really good for Brad and I, our physical therapy and stuff. So, and the washer dryer would be so nice to have. Especially, I'm just gonna, without going too many details, I have kidney disease, and sometimes stuff, accidents happen, and it would be nice to have a washer dryer. So the door's sticking like crazy, so you can hear Brad popping it open in a second. I can hear him trying to turn it. He's trying to get it open right now. Charlie's probably gonna start barking. He can't get it open. He even worked on it. Now I'm afraid to call landlord to have that fixed, because they're probably gonna catch a fit, But it's a door. He can't get it open. Finally get it open?
Do what?
Finally get it open?
Yeah.
I'm making a video.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, don't be.
Okay.
Don't
Hi,
be.
everybody.
I was telling them about some of our adventures.
Been a great week.
Yeah, telling them about the electricity and all of that. And if it hadn't been for my son-in-law and my daughter, we would have sat all weekend with no electricity because we would have believed, this old broad that's like nothing can be done. Yeah, well, there was a lot that could be done. You just didn't want to bother doing it or having to answer because they don't want any money spent at all. And it's like, well, but you got your hand out when it come first of the month.
Yep.
So, yeah, so we hopefully are moving. My daughter wants us moved as soon as possible. So we'll start tomorrow, start packing stuff. Because she wants us out of here. She says this isn't safe for you guys. And it isn't. And, I mean, when you can see, we have plants that are growing through our back door because it's got such a wide gap and there's no way we can fix that. We have plants that grow up through our bathroom sink because there's, again, we have frogs that are come up through the toilet bowl. Yeah, there's bugs because, like I said, when you have such a wide gappage in your back door, and that's even with having put a deadbolt on it. But at the bottom and stuff, it's that bad stuff. My grandson cut his toe on the tile because it's all broken in the kitchen, and we asked if they could maybe, regrout it, and we were laughed at. But as long as we don't ever need a repair, and we hadn't in over a year, then everything's fine. But I mean, we'd always been really, really good to this land park manager. I mean, Christmas time, the baked goods and everything, but yeah, F that.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's going on here. Still making hats because I just don't really know what else to do. I got probably a bag of seriously, y'all, about 200 hats. Seriously. I don't want to move these. We will find a place locally to donate these to. Because I'm not moving this huge bag of hats. But I enjoy making them, and I know up there I'll find a place. Savannah's a really wonderful area. It's got some beautiful river front stuff. It's got public transportation. It's got some really great medical. I always saw they have some really wonderful kidney doctors up there, orthopedist, neurologist, diabetic doctors, your standard primary care doctors, all of that. So it will be a really great fit for us, So that's what's going on with all of us. Anything else, hon?
I don't know what all you talked about.
I've talked about the kids and all of the fun and
The trip to the beach and
yeah.
the seashells.
You're really having trouble today, aren't you?
I am.
You know when to fix that?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all. Oh, I can take. I don't know if I said only thing I can take now for pain is Tylenol. I think I already did. We're really tired, so if I'm repeating myself, I'm sorry, because we are really, really, really so very tired, aren't we?
Yeah. And then, did you tell them about the fire ants?
No, I did not tell them all about the fire
It's a
ants.
good thing I showed up.
Well, can you just give me a minute?
I can.
I'm going to be right back. I have to use the restroom. So, okay, real quick before Brad tells you about the fire ant, I wanted to show you this piece I did for Brad, probably 10 years ago? Longer than that. 15?
Yeah, probably closer to 15.
Yeah, when I was in art class at college. So, there's that. A pen and ink. Okay, go ahead. Woo! Sorry, guys. Oh! These are low budget. Honey, can you help me?
Yeah. How did you have that?
I had it leaned here. Okay.
Okay.
All right, tell them.
Oh, our the kids, they're staying out in our front yard, and
The kids.
the kids.
Oh,
Well,
I didn't know what you're talking about.
him and Robert kids.
Yeah.
But they were staying out in the front yard, in their schoolie, and all of a sudden they start getting bug bites inside, and then come to find out that they somehow fire ants had gotten in the bus.
Yeah, well, initially it was sugar ants, and then the fire ants joined in.
Yeah,
It's okay,
it was a whole
sweetie.
party, and they just got
All over.
They just got shredded.
My daughter got like 4 or 5 right under her eye, as close to her eyelashes as possible.
Yeah, and so last night we had a couple bug bombs that they pulled all the clothes and everything out of the bus. They brought the cats in, and they put them in a kennel.
They have
And
4
then they
cats.
they set off the bug bombs, and it hopefully it took care of the ants. But yeah, everybody was getting just.
They were. All the
Shoot.
kids were sleeping in here, and we couldn't understand why at first. Because the first night, Connor and Autumn and Emma slept inside. And then the second night, it was Connor and Ann and Autumn and Emma. And by the third night, Alex had joined them. So I
Yep.
couldn't figure out why. And of course, little Burke, their little beagle, such a sweetheart. He's just a cutie. He was staying in here too, and he loved the dog's food, and he especially loved it when it was time for the chicken and rice. So
Yeah.
he really liked that.
And usually
No, go ahead.
usually where I sit to get their chicken and rice ready, as soon as I sit in that chair, Burke was right there. And
I called him Burke a lot less.
yeah, he was there.
He's a cute little beagle. She rescued him. It was kind of like a puppy mill situation. So, but yeah, so they were up all last night dealing with the bug bomb, and we used diatomaceous earth also, and vinegar and water, and that seemed to deter them. Everything, we were looking online for, safe ways to do this with the cats and everything. So, yeah, I felt bad for them.
I did too.
Especially when you get ant bites on a sunburn.
Yeah.
Not good.
Well, and they didn't set off the bug bombs till what? It was like 11:30 or midnight,
Yeah.
and you got to wait for 2
Right,
hours.
and it was just, we had a set of 4 because occasionally Brad will have to set off a bug bomb in the Jeep. And speaking of which, Brad said, okay, we've had the seat down. And he set off one bug bomb, but it didn't really seem to, I guess it was just too many. But you said there were like thousands of roaches or something. And what the heck were they even eating? And there were a bunch of ants, too.
I have no
Ants
idea.
are, fire ants, if you look it up in Florida, are at an all-time high this year. And it's just like, yes. I'm about paranoid they're going to come in here, because they can come through that back door easy.
Yeah.
We have to keep spraying around there.
Yeah. And that's usually what I do.
That Roach's ant and roach spray, Raid. Ant and roach spray, really stuff. And back on the polycystic kidney disease or chronic kidney disease stage 3, part of that is the forgetfulness, and the confusion is part of that. So I'm not having dementia. It's because of that. When it gets real bad, the anemia also, the being extremely tired and having no energy, difficulty sleeping, all of that kind of stuff. And see, I was kind of upset when I went to the doctor today because I was up 10 pounds, but he thinks it's because of the fluid. So once I do get the Lasix, once Brad gets his pension, holy moliness, then that'll start coming off. Until then, I'll just drink a lot of like iced tea and stuff, trying to get it off. I'll use the exerciser too. But I thought also that doesn't really affect your breathing, and I didn't realize that because he said next thing you'll know if we don't keep this down is you'll be in the hospital because of shortness of breath. And I never see. I'll get walking and stuff sometime, and I'm real short of breath, and it's like I don't feel like it's the asthma, but it's because there's so much fluid in my lungs and stuff too, because it's all over. And sometimes, like a bra or something I'll wear will fit extra tight, and that's part of what that is. So it explains so much of what I've been going through, because I thought if I'm short of breath, it's like, suck it up, buttercup, it's just you're out of shape. Well, that has a little bit to do with it, but it's more to do with the strain on the heart, because he was concerned about my heart rate, and like I said, the strain on my heart and all that. You hear that rain, y'all?
It's coming
It's
down.
coming down. You got home just in time, honey.
I know.
We are going to have an easy dinner tonight because we are trying to recover. Because while we thoroughly enjoyed our family, is when you get 9 people in this itty bitty front room, it's a lot.
That is
It's a lot of hot air.
Yes, it is.
Especially when Connor's on one of his joke segments where he tells joke after joke after joke. I sure did enjoy it. You should have seen this kid. He is like 14 right now, and he is a goofball. He's lanky. I think he's going to be tall and lanky. And he was out at the beach, and he'd be all wet, and then he'd like roll in the sand, and then he'd stick his face down in it, and do this, and then come up, of course, then he just got all white and stuff. It was funny. Then he'd run out to the water and rinse off. Right, hon?
Yep.
Brad got one that's called a marine ribbon worm. They're black and white. Brad was digging down in the sand, in the mud, in the ocean, and we were getting seashells for the kids. We found some pretty cool ones. Well, he didn't really want to get that. He picked it up and it freaked out a little bit, didn't it? Because it started moving, or?
No, but it was something that I'd never seen before, and
threw it back in the water.
Yeah.
He was a little freaked out after that. It was kind of funny. Right?
Yeah, I was creeped out.
And we didn't have to worry about leftovers of anything, though, with the kids
Lord.
here. Basically, 2 teenage boys. No, you didn't have to worry. No. But anyway, I'm going to get off here. I just wanted to say I missed you guys. I have a lot of catching up to do, so if I haven't commented on your videos in a while, it's because I haven't watched any videos in about 5-6 days. So I will get on that, and I love you guys. And I do cherish your friendship so very much. And I do think you guys are pretty awesome. And say bye, Brad.
Bye, Brad.
Bye, guys.